Okay, as you can tell, I do have that top grill off. The next thing, it should be just 5 10 millimeter bolts. We've got one here, one over here, three, and then four, and then five. I'm just going to take those off and this should just pop right out. All right, there is an update. There was one additional bolt. You have to take off your license plate, and that 10 millimeter bolt is right there, and now everything should come right off. Okay, now that the whole front is off, you can see that there are two 13 millimeter bolts right there and right there. There is one right here, and then there's one 13 millimeter bolt right here that goes through the engine mount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a floor jack and a block of wood. I'm going to put it and just gently get a little bit of pressure up on the engine, so that way when I especially take this out, it should hold the engine up. So when I take this off and put in the new one, it should make it a little bit easier to realign this bolt through the mount. So let me get that going. Quick correction, is not a 13 millimeter but a 14 millimeter bolts that need to come out there, the two there, and then the one on this very side. As you can tell, I do have a block of wood just barely supporting underneath the oil pan, just to take a little bit of the weight off, so it makes it easier for this to come out. I can't wait to get this out and kind of compare it to the new one. You can automatically tell the design is a little bit different, and like the new one is circular and this one is not. So let me finish this up. Okay, I did finally get the old mount out. I took a little pry bar and had to kind of like wiggle it back and forth because of, I'm guessing this is the OEM one, because I have heard that they did change the shape. As you can tell, there's definitely a difference from the old to the new. And once again, this is an OEM Daihatsu part, and there it is. So now here's what it looks like without it. So all I'm going to do is just slide it back in there and put the two bolts back here, the one there, and then the one that goes right in here. And on top, of course, this one. I didn't have to take this one out, but I was going to see if I needed to take any more of this out, and I didn't. But it's not a big deal. So let me reverse the process. All right, I did finally get it back together. As you can tell, the two bolts there, one there, and the one right there. I would say that when it became time to reassemble, I had to jack the engine up a little bit higher to make this bracket line up with the center bolt or the center hole in this mount. And then once I got a general idea, I had to raise and lower just a little bit. And when I start to try to spin it in, once it starts spinning more freely, that let me know I was at a pretty good level, and it finally caught, the bolt finally caught the threads here, and I was able to bolt it back in. So let me go ahead and put everything back together. All right, everyone, I got everything put all back together. As you can see right here, there is the new motor mount. Now I did quickly start it, and I will tell you, I would say at least 90% or more of the vibration is gone, especially in reverse, in which that was the biggest one. For instance, I was showing this vehicle earlier today to someone, and when I had the driver's door open, the 90 degrees in which it does, it was shaking so bad. It was pretty embarrassing, but now that is basically eliminated. So this part right here was about $75, $76 plus shipping from amiyama.com. It is well worth the price, and it's not that difficult to do. On a scale to 0 to 10, 0 the easiest and 10 is the hardest, I may give it a 3, maybe 4, only just because I had to pry it out, which was like the hardest part, and then just getting the engine up to a certain length or height to make it everything coming smoothly. But once again, this is Brent, Right Side Rides. Hope this helps. Thanks.